Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream between lyvet and Silicosis 2 for the OC Philippines Mania Nationals 2024 4K Plus 7K Division. And for this one, we're gonna be having a 4K match. As I said, it's going to be between lyvet and Silicosis 2, also known as Cub03. I'm Salawas Kaels, and joining me on the commentary booth is none other than Surf285. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Hello. This is my first time. This is actually my first time streaming and commenting at the same time. Like this not a Macro showcase. I think it'll be cool. It's gonna be cool. I might like my setup right now is kinda messy, but I hope I'll be able to deliver an experience with the rest of you guys.
Well, I mean, at least on the stream, you can be clearly heard, so there's no problem there.
Yeah, that's
Though,
nice.
I I just saw a comment on the chat. Maple Showcase will happen later, I believe.
Yes,
I'm not sure at the
actually,
time. I'm not sure about the time, but it will happen later. That's all we're gonna be giving out right now.
yeah.
So,
Anyways, match on hand.
lyvet and Silicosis too. I mean, so one of the most interesting dynamics here is like I think Silicosis 2 faced Unitori, right? And lyvet faced Plena on the semi stage. What I find interesting is how they both got into here. So lyvet won by a virtue of 6-5, and I believe Silicosis 2 went with like 6-1, 6-2. Let me check actually.
Okay, so
Alright,
the
alright.
band's already up there. It's Silicosis 2 going banning LN2, which is I think one of the better decisions Silicosis 2 to make.
That's true.
I just remember lyvet like being super strong at the LNs, especially during the semifinals weekend.
That's true. Okay, actually, so Silicosis 2 did win on the virtue of what do you call this again? 6-0. Okay, wait a second. Can we go back to the bands real quick? Cause like, look at this. Why are we suddenly seeing an LN5 ban here? Okay, so right 6 was the ban of Silicosis. Wait. Sorry. Can we? I think we have to get a. Wait, let's get a clearer picture of this.
Okay, so
All right, I'll get back to you real quick. Okay, so this one. All right, so the ban for Silicosis 2 is Rise 6. Okay,
there we go.
and then for lyvet it's LN5.
There we go.
And now the first pick, if we scroll down, is Rise 7. Okay, is Rise 7 already playing? Because like, yeah, Rise 7 is going to be the map. There we go. Fragments? Huh. I mean, this being the first pick, I'm not surprised. This is a first to 7 match, I believe. First to 7, right?
Yes, I believe. Yes, it is a first to 7 to match. I mean,
And
we're in a burst of 13.
we just really have to see how it is. There we go. But what I really like about this pick is typically Silicosis 2. You know what? I'm gonna call him Cub just so I don't accidentally say Silicosis on stream. But
Yeah,
anyways,
that's reasonable.
here's the what I like about this pick is it's very technical, and Cub is well known to be really good at act, but that consistency is a little bit of a question mark when it comes to physicality here.
Well, I think what became into play here is not versus the physicality of Cub here, but other than that, it's more like the pools are like a very significant jump from the semifinals, and like I think like even compared to finals last year, like there is a significant jump as well.
Yeah, there is indeed a significant jump. I mean, it's really what you have to do, especially considering that for every iteration of MWC, like the pools just get harder, and not to mention a lot of the players are getting better as well. You know, I just wanted to make an analogy here. Like, you notice how Silicosis has a 98 right now? Well, that's true.
Akala ko Cub was sasabihin mo yun.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're right. Okay, so even though Cobb has a 97 right now, and that's gonna be a little bit problematic considering that most of the other players in the pool that we have typically have higher scores than this. So Cobb got here through merit of being well-roundedness and not physicality really. So that's gonna be a big problem moving forward.
And honestly, another thing I'm pretty concerned about is even the LNs have this level of physicality right now. I presume the Cub should be at least able to keep up on those picks, but we saw lyvet had a really good form. I mean, they were the person to like pulled off one heck of a score last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Rosso score.
That Rosso
I
score.
mean, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so as we move forward, I mean, even Livet's having a little bit of a problem with consistency, but right now, that score difference is going to be very concerning. Let's look at the accuracy though. I mean, ratio-wise, it's not too far of a difference, but you can tell from face value that that accuracy is affected by the lack of physicality that Cub has in comparison to Livet. 974K on a file like this. It's very impressive, though I don't see how it compares to the rest, yeah?
Right now, we're going for hybrid 3. You see,
Hmm.
and this is your out there kind of hybrid, right?
But you can put it at that. I mean, here's the thing, like,
Mhm.
it's true. It's true that they have their categories and all that, but technically speaking, this is a technical hybrid. But you describing it as a out there hybrid, it also makes a lot of sense because there's just so many diverse patterns here that can really throw you off. Though the question is, I don't know why you'd want to pick hybrid at the start. Like, in my opinion, this is already a very risky pick against Levet because at least here, I don't really know if hybrids are the best bet because I know Levet was extremely consistent last week on these hybrids.
Indeed. I mean, you saw like the hybrid of hybrids also last weekend. Like not repeating the point that we made on the first pick, but like it it might be a point of concern, that one as well. Though I'm not sure. Like it might be also a possibility that Cub wasn't even bluffing in the chat that they're not sure about their strategy going into this match, and they might be just winging it at this point.
Yeah, I find it interesting because, again, we're seeing how both players got here. Again, Livet trying to, like, Livet went very exhausted coming into here, but Silicosis, or sorry, Cub rather. Cub getting a very nice 6-0 win. But, like, it's very interesting to see how the brackets are. And unfortunately, Cub finding a few drops, like those mini jacks could be too much. Unfortunately, Livet's extremely consistent on these kinds of patterns.
And there you go. There's a drop there coming from Silicosis too, which will just continue to increase the lead. Remember, this is a really short chart. Like any single miss will be fatal, and Cub just put themselves in a very precarious situation going into the final quarter of this chart. And there you go. There's another drop.
Livet actually has. Livet's on pace to getting the best score we're seeing so far. Even though with a lot of mid-jack and those LNs thrown at you, like Plena has a 985k on this for the record. So this being put out there is already enough to just surpass that 991k on the finals hybrid, mind you.
Only 200s with all of that patterning, huh?
I know, right? And OD7 is not friendly as well.
Indeed. That's something that like yeah sure like this might be just a sign of things to come, going into later in the match, but like man.
And like not to mention,
Yeah, carry on.
I mean, what I find interesting is that Cub had almost the same ratio as Livet, but that consistency has really not been working out so far.
Why? It might be also possible that this might be like Cubs ceiling in a way. Like that will indeed come into play for any single player in the tournament. And I think it's for the best if Cub could find a way to punch above their own weight. I think they have the ability to do so, but like they need to gather their composure, like try to score that first point on the board and just make sure that they get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think the jump streams, I feel like there's an opportunity for that here for Cub, because I think when it comes to the most straightforward patterns, like jump stream is definitely one of the most accessible patterns out there, and I think that Cub definitely has the capability to play stuff like this. Then again, though, it is 272 BPM with difficult patterning. Like you'll see a lot of one-handed chills in like both left and right hands with a lot of transitions and all that.
It does appear that they should be starting in a few moments from now. I think Cub just had to do some offset checking. It might be also be a reason why we're not seeing Cubs consistency. But yeah, at least for you mentioned this is jump stream, right? Like
It is.
the silver lining for a lot of people is that this is like if you're consistent enough with that miss isn't a good sign. Like if you're consistent enough, jump stream usually becomes that one skill set where like it should go as a breeze for you.
Problem is though, it's really not going very smoothly for Cub. But that accuracy is still very commendable. If you look at their unstable rates, they're actually very identical. Never mind. But like for the most part, they were pretty identical. Like most of Cub's hits were still around the 300 to the maximum range. So accuracy-wise, it's not too far off. But that consistency is really gonna be a problem. Not to mention, this is only 2 minutes, so it's not exactly the most friendly chart when it comes to misses.
And I think another concern is that Cub really is just finding like a lot of straight 200s throughout this entire stream. Like, I'm not sure like they're probably not able to keep up with charts at this speed at this level, like be able to commit to that high of an accuracy like what lyvet is doing.
I mean, if this was like a few BPMs lower, like maybe 260 BPM, I think Cub would have actually had an opportunity to catch up. But this is 270, not a friendly BPM by any means. This is really going to make lyvet push even further. Like that lead, just insane accuracy for lyvet. But Cub, again, is still doing a really good job. 98 on this is still no joke.
Yeah, indeed, like mid 98. Very respectable there from Cub, but let's see, only 1-200 away from a V1 double S there, lyvet. Ooh.
Wow, what? That consistency, that I don't even think I've seen a 994. Like, you know, this was played in soft 6, and I don't even think players like Silly Fangirl got 994 in a file like this. Like, I think his score was like 980 something like that. So that score is really impressive.
Really impressive indeed. And now we're going on to our next pick here, which is actually LN3. Opus 1 is the way to read this?
I think it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just say I mean honestly, why not just say Titan? I'll just say Titan, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
LN3 Titan is a really interesting pick from Silicosis too, but not sure about this as well. I'd say LN4 was the best pick for Silicosis 2 or Cub because of how technical it is, and I think that can throw off lyvet to some degree. But this one requires a lot of physicality because it's gonna throw you a lot of patterns and it's also very fast.
Oh no,
That's a really
bad start.
That's the worst place to miss, honestly. This is the only break you're gonna get from this file. Not to mention, lyvet has been mad consistent for a lot of this match. So that miss is actually not gonna put too much of a dent because Cub still hasn't... Cub's accuracy is still very neck to neck with lyvet.
Really good, but like lyvet is starting to they're toe to toe again with the accuracy. So the score difference that we're seeing right now is just on the combo, but I'm pretty sure Cub should be aware that they should try to get that accuracy as high as possible to at least stay toe to toe and maybe hope to find a single misser, like a misser coming from lyvet, or maybe even I was saying lyvet should be the one missing here, not Cub.
Very interesting to see. Like, I find it really interesting how clean Cub's misses were, especially with the nature of this chart. Like in LN charts, you typically do not miss very cleanly because it affects for 2 notes with a 50 at the end, most likely. But now that you see more of these dumpy LNs and shorter ones, Livet's actually gaining on those sections.
Yeah, like how are you gaining on this section? All right, like
Not to mention,
just casually doing heavy shields in this start.
and not to mention, look at that OD. OD 8 is insane for an LN file. I think Cub was trying to attack with that knowledge,
Yep.
but 99.67 with
And with
oh,
a full
I don't even
combo.
know.
With a full combo.
I have yet to see a full combo in this file actually on this entire weekend.
I mean, didn't you
So
curse a player on this church? Like,
no, it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. Yeah, but regardless, this file can really throw you off at the end. Like you see that left hand anchor, there's gonna be so many of those. But this score that we're seeing from both players actually is really impressive. It would beat a lot of players.
Even like if this was set in an MWC context, this would be a really impressive score. Only 7,200s.
Look at that! Wait, look at that ratio. It's almost the exact. It's actually like they get the same 300.
The same 300 count. Like maybe it transfer a few. Like obviously those 50s, those 100s, those grades to 300G. Then Gum isn't doing too bad. Like Gum is facing a really consistent player right now. Lyvet is really on form.
I'm actually surprised that Club got such a really good accuracy despite the physicality difference. I think if there's any Rice pick that Cub could take a breakpoint off, it has to be that core jack pick. Matt Silver is I think Lyvet has to avoid that because I feel like Cub definitely has an opportunity to win in the core jack file. Not to mention Lyvet did miss on that core jack pick versus Plana last week. I think it was like that was considerably slower as well. Okay, wait, what was Lyvet's protect again? Let's see real quick. That would be okay, Rice 3. King World. Alright. That's a very confident pick. Like based on how they decided it. It seems like okay, I already have the advantage. 4-0, 2 breakpoints ahead. Try to make the momentum bigger, and this is certainly going to be one of those opportunities for Lyvet to increase that momentum.
I'm not really surprised. I mean, you already saw as well that the previous Rice picks that were used. Lyvet is just going to be flexing their muscles for the most part for the start. I think that's like a really good way to put it.
So what makes this file hard again? You see this presence of one-handed drills. I mean, it's slightly less dense in comparison to Chronomia, but that length really makes up for a lot of it. Because man, you're gonna be playing this for like 3 minutes. It's very uncomfortable. There's a lot of jumps and anchors thrown at you, so you definitely have to be very careful. It's 364 BPM at this length, and at the patterning that you're seeing is not comfortable at all.
So far so good for Cub, actually just staying like 100% behind Lyvet right now. But now the thing Cub really needs to do here is to get that consistency up. Like at least be able to like just stay on their toes, and there you go. Like a minor accuracy drop there from Lyvet already giving Cub some breathing room. Like for the first time this entire match, like, this is the first time that we're seeing the lead on the blue side for far longer than 15-20 seconds.
Remember when they said that you give Cub like 10 BPM less and he's comfortable at it? Here's a good example of that.
Yeah.
And okay, wait, these two scores are genuinely insane. What?
There's still 2/3 of a chart remaining. Anything could still happen from this point, but yeah.
Honestly, really impressive for Cub to hold that consistency, especially considering the form that he's shown. Like, I think from what I've seen,
No,
never mind. That's my bad. That's my bad, but regardless. Here's the thing, like I noticed Livet had like a rush, a bad rush, I believe. So if ever any of those happens again and Cobb can continue to get that consistency straight, it could still definitely go to his side, but
Well,
okay, never mind.
now we're trying to, praise Cobb here, like, just be, like, egg him on. But I feel like we're doing the opposite here.
Oh no, that's not good. Because, man, I really think these. But like, okay, in fairness to both
Okay,
players, like,
I think Cobb is actually struggling to keep up with some of the thrills here. The misses have been coming from the trilly sections.
yeah, those anchors, like if it were anchors, Cubs actually doing okay, but those drills haven't really been doing well. I mean, I think fatigue has really played a big role already because like we saw at the very start, even with all those drills, Cubs still consistent. But like that, fatigue has really played a role already in this.
And Levet is just destroying the start now. Like, while their accuracy wasn't as high as at the beginning of the start, but like, the consistency is right there. Like they're very confident that very confident in their ability and just knows that the Cub will be struggling in practically any of the rise starts in this pool. Like, yeah, sure, 99.04. Like, it's still nothing. It's still you cannot scoff at that score.
I mean, yeah, like it's like these two accuracies are insanely good. I think Cub has to go LN1 or LN4. Honestly, those are his best picks in my opinion. I think Livet might struggle in the accuracy side by a very slight margin. So I'd say LN1, LN4 is the best choice to make. LN2 is definitely not the way to go because
Yeah.
LN2, that's like the kind of thing that Livet would mad consistent on, I think. And also not to mention LN5 being Livet's ban. This just makes that ban the better in my opinion because I think that was Cub's best chance to take point. And there we go, LN1.
Well, just to note, the bet that we made for this weekend, where Itawachi will be dancing to this song, is already done because Unitori scored 989, 988. Yeah.
I mean, getting an FC on back-to-back matches is really insane. Like, at some point, you'd get even a few mind blocks, but it doesn't really happen to everyone, and that's what I find really impressive on that.
A small detail here, Cobb mentioning that we've already mind blocked this chart.
It's not good, actually.
I hope this is a bluff because I actually really want to see Cobb shine in this match. Anyways, I will also see how Livet will be attacking this one. Because there is a possibility that even with the mind block, Cobb should still have the advantage for this one. Alright, here we go.
We'll have to see. You'll have to see. What I really wonder though is the physicality and oh my goodness. Well, I was about to ask that.
That is a full percent drop in accuracy. And there you go, another one, like the really strict the relatively strict releases for the start. And not to mention, like, there's this level of physicality in this start. I mean, you were about to mention it. It's actually coming into play.
Yeah, I mean, Livet getting 99.64. This isn't like the fact that Cub chose this and decided, okay, can we really play this? And now it's sort of to backfire because if you're aware that you've already mind blocked it or something, those are picks that you typically want to avoid. Like, yeah, sure, maybe gamble it at some point, but you're trying to take a point off Livet first, and that takes priority, which is why I thought LN4 was the better option of the two.
I mean, Cobb was mentioning that they wanted to play LN4. I'm actually not sure why they go for this one. they're very well aware.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate misses here and there. I think that it's also worth mentioning that lyvet has been ultra consistent on the 99.6 range throughout like all of the LN picks that were played so far. I think there were only two actually, to be fair. But still, this is a warning sign, a warning caution really to Cub for being able to really evaluate what to pick and what not to go for, because this is really not a good sign. Remember, 3 minutes is a 3 minute map, so what looks like 15,000 points, this is a massive lead for the lane.
And honestly, like if this match continues at the pace it's going, this score in particular would also serve as a warning for Plena, who's waiting in the lower bracket. Like regardless of who, should lyvet get a twice to beat advantage, they will have to face a really steep mountain come next weekend.
You know, I find it interesting that Cub has definitely stood on his feet.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a first miss from lyvet this entire match.
yeah, okay, not the entire match, more like on the LN pool, on the LN pool.
Okay, on the other side, there we go.
But that's not gonna be enough. There's barely any time left. You'd have to wait for lyvet to like miss 3 times in a row, which is very unlikely. And this is the kind of pattern we saw Cub miss. And as I say that, that's what I'm talking about.
That's match point for lyvet.
You know, it's crazy that the person that has the highest
And
score
that
in
was
this is eliminated.
okay. One miss and 150.
150.
Like this would have been, I think this is third outright score for this start.
Let me check.
Yeah. You see it
Because
like
Plena played this.
989, 988.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is indeed third. But Plena had the better ratio, 879, but the great count was lower. And the problem, it's kind of funny that the person with the highest score on that file is eliminated already.
Yeah. And like LNs are going to be really interesting come next weekend.
Oh man, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say to everyone.
We're
Good luck.
definitely not foreshadowing it. We're not definitely not foreshadowing stuff that's gonna happen later tonight.
Oh yeah, good luck to everyone that's gonna be playing. Cause man,
But that's not only for 4K, by the way.
yeah, y'all don't.
Y'all be careful. Y'all good luck. Y'all better be prepared. Better be prepared, y'all.
Hey y'all. Alright. So about this file, okay. Maybe in terms of the physicality, it will not look too harsh at the start. But once there is a
ito yung biglang babagsak lang sa'yo, di ba?
yeah, that's the nature of Pizza 69 files. Like, when we say Pizza 69, these are files that you'll typically see in games like FFR. And when we say FFR, these are where the technical people usually come into place. Like, you know US players like Halogen, Toph Daddy, and Etienne. Like, those players are extremely good at technical files, because FFR features a lot of them. And this file is no exception. I'm not entirely sure if this was in FFR, but Pizza 69 is indeed a charter from FFR. So I won't be surprised.
I remember like grinding FFR for like a few weeks. And then like they were mentioning like I should try out FFR like back when I was still playing 4K, and then I would have at least been definitely like around D6, D7 if I stayed for longer. Well, there's the first miss from lyvet on this.
Oh!
Interesting.
Okay, actually this is an FFR file. I stand correct. It is indeed an FFR file. So I find it interesting that lyvet has the first miss. But this is not gonna mean too much because of the nature of this file.
lyvet's accuracy has remained constant. Even with the miss, Silicosis 2 slowly dropped to
I'm
wherever they are right now.
I'm actually surprised that at this point we're still seeing Cub with the lead. But it's starting to pull over to lyvet ever so slightly. But as long as these accuracies remain close, Cub can definitely still make a last push. And here's the first half of the file, but that is not really representative of how difficult it is. Because that second half is going to say a lot. I mean, YZ's replay score in this was like what, 985k with a full combo. That already should show you how difficult this is.
Again, this emphasis, it's a YZ score.
Yeah, and man, this is where it's gonna start to like throw every possible tech pattern at you. So once we hit the 2000 combo mark for Cub, it's when it's really gonna start to just keep on going, and it's just not going to stop.
There you go, lyvet is already. lyvet's accuracy actually going up to 99%, like staying around at that level, and Silicosis. Cub's accuracy slowly dropping, and now the combo disadvantage has. The combo advantage that Cub had is practically erased now. Like lyvet's accuracy has practically covered that, and is slowly
Oh,
gaining the lead more of that as Cub is continuing to struggle, and there you go, they have finally lost their full combo, and I think this pretty much seals it. lyvet in a few seconds will be gaining a twice to beat advantage in the grand finals by virtue of winning this match.
that was a very impressive like Silicosis 2 or Cub's ability to hold that long was so impressive. Like you can tell he was really trying to squeeze off a point on this. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough as lyvet pulls off an otherworldly score, almost beating. Why is it what 5 200s on this kind of pick?
And only one miss. All right,
That
is
five what?
stupid.
How, okay, how do you even get 5 grades only on this? What? Like 5 grades is that's an extremely impressive score. I mean, what? I mean, to be fair, Cubs 99 is insane. I just can't believe that the other one just has to get a 5 201 miss run. Woo! Both of these players did great, and again, if they were to face any other player, I'm pretty sure it would have been closer. But unfortunately, I mean, this is the winner's bracket after all, so you don't really have a choice to face the best of the best. And these two certainly are among that. I mean, remember the Titan score that lyvet set? Like I think it was like 989. That wasn't even the best score this weekend. Plaina set a 990 on this weekend. So yeah, that's gonna be a major wall to break.
Well, now the last 2 or 3 matches have been settled. You see right there on screen. So we have Gov and Plaina facing each other for a shot at trying to get back at lyvet.
I just realized, but is it me or like both Cub and Plaina's PFPs are so similar?
Let me zoom in. Yeah, they.
I mean, okay.
The hair are different.
Maybe they just look. Maybe the perspective of how they look is a little bit similar. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. But again,
Okay.
I did mention like Cub and Plaina facing each other for a shot at trying to get back at lyvet, because remember, Plaina lost to lyvet on tiebreaker, and then obviously there was Cub.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a very interesting way to go about things. But so we have lyvet here, who's guaranteed a top 2 finish, and on the 7K side, I believe that's Sunny who's guaranteed a top 2 finish. So yeah, I mean, again, our podium with a guaranteed finish, lyvet, and the other two is gonna be fighting for a spot on the grand finals, which would be Cub and Plaina. And as for 7K, it's going to be Sunny who's guaranteed top 2. And for the other two who's going to be fighting for a spot on that grand finals, I think it's Arquin Olivares and Cielo Day.
Yep, Cielo Day. And that is one of the matchup. I mean, this is like what the reunion of the 2018 World Cup team. But this time around, still the teammates are actually going to be facing each other in the competitive setting. And the 6 years that have passed in between that and now have made things different. Both players have definitely improved their 7K, and that would also be a really interesting watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually impressive how much both of them have improved. I believe this is Cielo's first appearance in the like from 2021 to 2024. Is this the first time he's appeared in the 7K tournament?
Yeah, I think this is the first time that Cielo is actually getting into it. In the 2020s era.
I mean, this is his first appearance, I believe, as well. I don't think I've seen him in the previous editions.
Wait, I'm pretty sure he played in 2021? Or wait, no.
No, he didn't.
That was the top 4 was Berry, Sunny, Arona, and Arkin. There we go.
Yeah, and like, so yeah, this is potentially Cielo's first appearance in the 7K.
Anyone who knows more about the history of PHNats more than we do can correct us on that.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see Cielo's name in 2023. So yeah, honestly, really impressive. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cielo was the champion of the summer tournament 2018, right?
Yeah. So Cielo technically has a national championship on his name. So that is one heck of a. So basically, in the top 3, it's only technically Arquin who hasn't won the whole thing yet.
Yeah, that's true, and I mean, he was very close to securing like finals winners bracket appearance. I believe that went the distance with the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, so we guys won't hold you for longer. We just have like a few announcements to make. 4K finals map. I mean, no. Grand finals map. What did they say that? Anyways,
is it?
Grand finals map for Showcase PHNM in 2024 will be set if there are no delays in certain things at 9 p.m. later.
At 9 p.m.
Yeah, if there are no delays in certain logistics, we're gonna let you figure what we mean. Let you guys figure out what we mean by that.
So yeah, I mean 90% chance it's gonna be happening today, right? It will definitely happen today.
It has to happen today because.
But
yeah.
But the time we cannot really confirm. As Surf said though, if there's no delays, if there's no interruptions or whatever, it will happen at around 9 p.m. Though, then again, I mean, these delays happen because we just want to make sure that you have the best tournament experience. We have to ensure that the map pools are really furnished to really test out the appropriate skill sets and all that.
Best map pool experience trademarks.
But anyways, you have anything else to add before I probably close this for us?
Yeah. So congratulations to everyone. To the 6 players remaining combined for both 4K and 7K for reaching the podiums, and I hope that everyone watching here and anyone who ends up will be supporting them going into next weekend. Yeah. Kita-kits mamaya Maple Showcase.
I think I'll add. I just want to add, like, I can't believe next week's already grand finals week, man.
Yeah. We're almost at that time where we're gonna be having a few reflections.
That's very true.
A few reflections on the adventure that we've had over these past 3 months. But anyways, I'll let you close this one out.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, sir, for that. I mean, thank you for doing a wonderful job at commentating and streaming as usual. I do hope that as your first experience doing both jobs simultaneously, I hope you had a fun time in doing so. And as for Normie Flyer, Thanks so much for being a wonderful referee. You've definitely done so much. And to both Cup and Livette for spending their time on playing a match for us, even on a weekday, just ensuring that the match actually pushes through. And thank you as well to everyone who watched here for really showing up no matter what. And as Surf said a while ago, man, next week, like grand finals happening and all that, there's gonna be so many reflections that are happening. But the adventure isn't over yet. I'm going to put it at that. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming to the stream, and see you later for the grand finals showcase.